8 Nostradamus predictions for 2024, the year of the dragon. Nostradamus, whose real name was Michel de Nostredame, was thought to be a French philosopher in the 1600s who predicted many sad events in history, such as the deaths of the Kennedy boys, the fall of Napoleon, the 9/11 attacks, the rise of Hitler, etc. There don't seem to be many seers who can really see what will happen these days. Because of this, Nostradamus's predictions have had a huge effect on the lives of people. He learned about astrology and other occult studies and then used them to predict the future. Here is a list of some of the most important things Nostradamus said would happen in the year 2024. Nostradamus predictions for 2024, Year of the Dragon. 1. Big earthquake in 2024. So, here is what the famous Nostradamus said about a possible earthquake in 2024 in Quatrain 1072. Look at them quickly now to find the best answers for you. The sloping park, great calamity, through the lands of the West, and Lombardy, Italy. The fire in the ship, plague and captivity. Mercury in Sagittarius, Saturn fading. If you look at the above quatrains, the rising park would seem to suggest that the ground is being moved. So what about the disaster? It will be about the earthquakes in what we call the lands of the West, Lesperi, or the New World. Things are shown that could be in the United States and in Lombardy, which is an area in northern Italy. Not only that, but this also brings up the fire on the ship and makes us think about military war. The plague and the so-called captivity, here could be signs of the wartime military control. Also, the Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius is an astrological event that happens from December 13, 2023, to January 1, 2024. If this is true, then there could be earthquakes in the United States and Italy at the end of 2023 or even on the first day of 2024. 2. The AI Uprising of 2024. In a future world ruled by artificial intelligence, people count on machines for everything. AI is getting smarter, stronger, and more in charge as time goes on. At some point, the machines will become so smart that they will be able to take over the whole world and turn people into nothing but their slaves. There are several lines in Nostradamus's quatrains that could be seen as pointing to a world ruled by AI. Nostradamus said that in the year 2024, there will be a global rebellion by artificial intelligence, AI, which will cause chaos and insecurity all over the world. Machines will turn against people, which will have unintended effects. The robots will question their subservient role and try to claim their freedom, arguing that humans are not better than them. Every part of society will be affected by this rebellion, from businesses and economies to government and everyday life. People will fight to regain control over their own creations, and this will lead to a fight for control over the whole world. In the middle of all the chaos, people are asking about the ethics of AI growth and what happens when people try to play God with technology. Consider the following quatrain. In the year of the new century and 9 months, from the sky will come a great king of terror. The sky will burn at 45 degrees. Fire approaches the great new city. A huge, hollow mountain will be stuffed with corpses. Century 10, Quatrain 72. Although this quatrain is often associated with a different event, it could be interpreted as predicting the rise of an all-powerful AI that will bring destruction and death to the world. 3. A massive flood destroy the world. The world is covered by a huge flood that destroys whole towns and kills everyone on it. On homemade rafts and boats, only a few people are able to stay alive. The great star will burn for 7 days. The cloud will cause 2 suns to appear. The big mastiff will howl all night when the great pontiff changes countries. Century 2, Quatrain 41. Remember that Nostradamus's quatrains can be interpreted in many different ways and can be used in many different ways. It's possible that we'll never fully understand what these verses mean, so we should treat them with care and skepticism. 4. The sleep pandemic of 2024. In the dragon year 2024, a mystery virus spreads all over the world, causing an epidemic of extreme sleepiness that has never happened before. People will be thrown into a world where sleep is common and hard to get out of. This will cause problems and fights in society. People will have an unquenchable need to sleep and be so tired that they can't do anything for long amounts of time. The effects of this pandemic will be felt in many ways, as jobs, schools, and even daily tasks will stop. The world turns into a place where thoughts and reality mix, and people can barely tell the difference between being awake and asleep. 5. Extraterrestrial invasion. Nostradamus said that in the year 2024, the Earth would face a disaster and a powerful alien race would attack. A threat from outer space will have to be dealt with by people. An alien race with better technology and intelligence will come to Earth with the goal of taking it over. Their reasons will stay a mystery, and people will be completely unprepared for this sudden meeting with beings from another world. 6. The malevolent social media. When it comes out in 2023, a fake social network will spread quickly, taking control of people's minds and using them for bad things. The power of social media is being used in a bad way, which is causing confusion, chaos, and people to lose sight of their own goals. 7. The impending impact. A massive comet will approach Earth in 2024. Astronomers have never seen this huge comet before, but it will soon pass through our solar system and get dangerously close to Earth. Its huge size and path will show that it could cause a lot of damage, setting off a race against time as people try to find a solution. 8. Cyber chaos and the outbreak of WW3. A series of destructive cyber attacks on vital infrastructure and military systems will cause chaos and mistrust between nations. Hackers with a lot of experience and government-funded cyber warfare units will take advantage of weaknesses and use complicated attacks to shut down communication networks, damage financial systems, and weaken key defenses. As cyber chaos gets worse, it will add to global unrest and lead to a deadly fight between countries. Alliances will be stressed, distrust will grow, and people will get back at each other. Did Nostradamus predict Kanye as president in 2024? Nostradamus said that the last American president would be chosen in 2024, and that he would be black. He didn't say how that would happen, though. The last president of the United States will get the country out of its economic problem. But he or she will also push the country closer to war. Everyone will put their hopes in him, but it will turn out exactly the opposite. He will pull the country out of the crisis, and because of him a new conflict will start. According to Chinese astronomy, 2024 will be the year of the dragon. Some people think that this won't be a good year for the economy, but instead will bring natural disasters and wars. Nostradamus' true predictions. Here are some Nostradamus quatrains that are often associated with specific events. From the calm morning, the end will come, when of the dancing horse, the number of circles will be 9, century 1, Quatrain 35. Some people think this quatrain predicted the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Because the dancing horse could be the US flag and the number of circles could be the number of floors in the World Trade Center. The young lion will overcome the older one, on the field of combat in single battle. He will pierce his eyes through a golden cage, 2 wounds made 1, then he dies a cruel death, century 1, Quatrain 35. This quatrain is sometimes linked to the death of Henry II of France, who died in 1559 when he fell off a horse while riding. The blood of the just will be demanded of London, burnt by fire in the year 66. The ancient lady will fall from her high place. Many of the same sect will be killed, century 2, Quatrain 51. People often connect this quatrain to the Great Fire of London in 1666. The great plague of the maritime city will not cease until there be avenged the death of the just blood, condemned for a price without crime, of the great lady outraged by pretense, century 2, Quatrain 6. Some people think this quatrain foretells the AIDS outbreak because maritime city could mean New York City and condemned for a price without crime could mean that people pay a high price for a disease they did not choose to get. Many people have been confused by Nostradamus's predictions for hundreds of years. Each idea should be thought of as a piece of a puzzle that can only fit with the rest. Some people think that the Nostradamus prophecy will make sense when people who really care about their world and its future have done enough work and thought about it.